Hey, what's going on guys? It's me Aiden, welcome back to another video. Now in case somehow you weren't aware, Mr. Pigeon 72 is now out. Definitely go check it out if you have not seen it already. I wrote down some notes as I was watching the episode, so I'm just going to be going down that list today. So let's go ahead and hop right into this video. So in this episode, we did get a bit of interaction between Alia and Ladybug, which was great. That's what I've been wanting. We did only get a few minutes of it though, which was a little underwhelming. I will say I was hoping for a little bit more, but I think I was expecting what we got. But either way, I'll take what I can get. It's great progress. And Marinette actually notices that Hawkmoth is re-akumatizing people a lot more frequently than he's actually akumatizing new people, which is good. It means that she's actually like trying to pay attention and try to figure out who Shadow Moth is, and Alia is sort of here as well. So I think that is a great start. Maybe, is it a start? I don't know how long she's been doing this, but it appears that she's been doing this more frequently recently, which is great news. Now we know that Marinette has been doing a lot of work since becoming the Guardian, and this episode is just more proof of that. Like, she's taking it to the next step because she's apparently on holiday this week, and so she's just been spending her entire time working on this project, trying to decipher some of the notes and you know trying to plot where Hawkmoth's victims have been, stuff like that. And now Alia's just here being like, "What are you doing, Marinette?" Alia tells Marinette that she needs to take a break, so she brings up that Adrien and Kagami have broken up. And Marinette's like, what? When did that happen? I gotta go consult Kagami. And she has once again sort of taken up this like, oh, I no longer like Adrien mentality, very similar to how the New York special was. And like I've said before, I find it hard to believe that the New York special is actually canon, because basically the New York special was an extended version of what happened in Mr. Pigeon 72. Marinette starts out, saying like, oh, I don't like Adrien anymore, and then over the course of the episode, she actually starts liking Adrien again, so it feels a little bit weird to have it redone again, so I don't know. I don't consider the New York special super canon at this point. But either way, Marinette goes to consult with Kagami, and she takes it way too far, like super annoyingly too far. Adrien's dense in one way, and then Marinette's just completely dense in a completely different way, and it's actually so annoying. Like, that part of the episode just annoyed me so hard. Alright, skipping ahead a bit to the action parts, how does Ladybug not realize that, Plague saying, oh, I guess not Adrien, but Cat Noir has been turned into a pigeon? Like, how does, like, cause she met Plague, like, just a minute or so after the pigeons came, right? And we know Mr. Ramier was right there, right? Like, he was there, so he couldn't have been too far. How does Marinette not piece together, like, isn't it kind of weird that Cat Noir was just turned into, like, shouldn't he be nearby? I don't know. I feel like Ladybug should have been like, that's a little weird that, Cat Noir has already been turned into a pigeon. He must be close by. But she didn't seem to think about it too hard, so whatever. Now, another thing I thought was interesting is that Rena Rouge can use her illusions to talk, and she can sort of imitate the people's voices, which was interesting. But have we really never seen any of Rena Rouge's illusions talk before? Or more specifically, like, remember Kwame Buster? Ladybug had that really elaborate scene play out. Was there no talking there? I didn't go back and confirm, but, I just find it a little bit weird that this is the first time that Rena Rouge has used an illusion to actually talk. So I don't know. I thought that was interesting, but it is cool to see how it, how that all works, and that she can only really talk with one voice at a time. So she had to be smart about how she was playing this out, because she couldn't have Ladybug and Cat Noir get into like a super big conversation, and she played it off pretty well, I will say. Okay, next let's talk about this like reveal. Oh my goodness, it's the true reveal. Oh man. Like did Hawkmoth really believe that was Ladybug and Cat Noir? Like, they were backed into a corner, and then they were just like, oh man, I guess we gotta give up, Like did Hawkmoth really believe that that's the end of the line for them? Like, oh man, we're surrounded, not like we've ever been surrounded before. Guess we gotta, completely give up our miraculous. Hawkmoth should have realized that wasn't real. So I don't know. He's just grown too naive to his surroundings, I guess. I don't know. He's too desperate for what he wants, so he's willing to believe any little lead, even though those leads mean nothing. All right, now we're getting into the juicy part that I've really been wanting to dive into. And the first part is that the Guardian book is not actually a set of rules. It's essentially just a research book that the past Guardians have been recording in and things like that. So instead of like a set of rules, it's more like a set of findings. So it's like someone's, journal, like science journal, where they're, conducting research and writing notes down. It's essentially just that. So that's why a lot of the things didn't make a whole lot of sense to them. It's because, they were trying to follow it when it's not really something to be followed. It's just something that they were recording of, like this happened, right? So it's not like they could necessarily recreate it perfectly because, they didn't, it wasn't like, add this, add this, add this. It was more of like, I added some things together and got this. So that's sort of why some things maybe have not been working correctly. So since learning this, Alia was basically like, yeah, Ladybug, you have the power to create, so essentially, you can just create whatever you want. You set your own limits. And I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like that's a little OP, but oh well. But either way, this actually does explain a whole lot. These powers are not restricted a whole lot, which is why there's a lot of different things that change, right? The suits change with the owner. That's very flexible. The box has changed. It gained a new ability, I guess. I don't know if I'd call it an ability, but a new power, sort of. The powers themselves have evolved over time, right? Suhan had to use pigeons to communicate, but now they have cell phones. So, just over time, things have evolved with the miraculous powers, which is sort of why some of the old methods in the original journals maybe don't apply anymore, because they were outdated ways of thinking. And now with these new updated methods of doing things, the Ladybug essentially just has to pioneer her way through these powers. And since she's Ladybug, she can essentially just do whatever she wants, which is, like I said, a little OP, but I'll let it slide. So what does Ladybug decide to do with her newfound power? She decides to make these magic charms. That's what they're called. Now what these charms do is protect you from negative emotions. That's what she told Mr. Ramier. And Mr. Ramier was like, yay, I won't be akumatized again. Which I don't know what happened to Mr. Rat. That's what I've been saying. But here's the question, right? Are these like actual magic charms that actually protect people? Or is it just like, oh, I think that this charm will protect me, meaning that, I won't be akumatized. So, if I have this magic charm, I could power through any situation. Is it sort of like that effect, right? Like, I don't know. They didn't really make it clear. It wouldn't surprise me if that was the effect, and if Hawkmoth was like really getting to somebody, he could power through whatever this magic charm is, power through their thoughts like, oh man, this magic charm will protect me. So my guess is that's maybe how Mr. Rat comes about, so I don't know. And also, what's up with the new suit? I was expecting to learn in this episode, we didn't really learn. Yes, sure, we sort of the suit was sort of in conjunction with the magic charm, but in other episodes, after Marinette has used her lucky charm, the suit has appeared. So why does that happen? Is that being explained soon? I don't know. I'm just so confused. We still don't know what the suit's for, right? Sure, she makes the lucky charm or the magic charms, but why the suit? We don't know. I don't know. I just hope it's explained soon. All right, so moving on to the end, Kagami has officially accepted that Marinette is made for Adrien, so she's likely giving up. She's like, all right, they're meant to be. I'm gonna step away, and yeah, that basically kills Adrigami. So congratulations, Adrigami shippers. Your ship is now killed. So yeah, maybe you can learn to move on and join the cult of the Love Square. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is that Marinette has made some progress. Good job, Marinette. She actually asked Adrien to walk home with her. She was like, yeah, since we got an umbrella, why don't you join me? It'll be so romantic. And she actually went up and grabbed him by the arm, which was that was a pretty big move, I feel like. So good job, Marinette. You're starting to improve a bit and get a bit more bold. So congratulations. And I will say that Adrien actually considered it. He was like, that's not a bad idea. I kind of like that. Obviously, as a friend, guys, okay, he still likes Ladybug. But he was like, man, I guess I can't because my father's mean. And I got to go to Chinese lesson. And, he's super strict and whatnot. So, man, I can't. I'm sorry, Marinette. But thanks for the offer. Had that not been the case, I definitely would have gone. So that was cool. Good progress. Although I still believe that Adrianette is no longer where the path that is no longer the path the show should go down. I feel like Lady Noir is the way to go at this point, but who knows, maybe that will be flipped on its head again and I will begin doing Adrienne again. But we will just have to wait and see. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about. If you enjoyed this video, you can leave a like and subscribe for more content similar to this, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!
Tu es en train de perdre les pédales!